Yeah.
I would love nothing more than for Surf to come home and be a part of this thing, but there's too many other variables around. You got to see how he feeling, what he want to do when he come home.
Yeah, and you got to break it to Emanny. It's gonna be tough.
Break it to me what?
Here you go. I'm just saying, there's only been so many chairs.
Hey, Mark, I want you to know, I'll be okay.
I know you will.
You're not going anywhere.
See how you let him trick you into shooting?
No, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll be good.
I know you will. You've been through worse.
Dang, y'all could at least act like you're excited that Tsu Surf is about to touch back down after what, 4 or 5 years? It might not even have been that long, but hold up, it feels like forever. The least y'all could do is show some energy about him possibly returning to the pod. You could at least pretend to be hyped that he might boost the JBP numbers so everybody eats. Instead, Emanny brings it up and the vibe gets weird. It's given behind-the-scenes whispers about Joe and what's really going on, and it feels like they picked Emanny to be the spokesperson since she and Joe seem the closest right now. So she asked it straight up, what's happening with Surf? And Joe honestly stood firm. He basically said he's not answering that because if it were y'all's business, he would have already said something. Bringing it up on air felt messy. Yes, if Surf wants back in and wants a seat at the table, there's space, and Joe will adjust accordingly. But listen to this. This whole thing reminds me of the Max B situation. What if Surf comes home and doesn't have that same spark for podcasting after everything he's endured? What if he's got plenty to say, but his mindset is different now, and the tone he delivers isn't the same tone we were used to before he went in? Shout out to Mar though, because he wasted no time stirring the pot. The first thing he threw out was, how do you feel about that? When are you gonna tell Emanny? How do you feel, Emanny? And shout out to Emanny for standing tall. She basically said, my Patreon is doing numbers. I'm not worried about getting fired. She made it clear she'll be good regardless. And low-key, she hinted that others should be more concerned than her. I almost went there, but nope, I'ma chill. But if I were Emanny, I would have flipped it back on Marc immediately. I would have said, so where's the Ian and Marc show? Wasn't that supposed to be a thing? It's funny how folks clown Flip for fumbling season 2, but where's season 2 of the Ian and Marc show? We barely see Ian on BTS anymore. He's definitely not on that show because it's not there. Now he's back behind the camera doing interviews. So what exactly are we talking about? And peep this, Marc still doesn't press Ice like that. They never come to Ice with that same smoke. Even though it's obvious Ice doesn't rock with Marc like that. There's a lot of quiet tension because everybody's fishing for information. They're trying to test Joe, hoping he slips up and spills something, because none of them looks fully comfortable. And let me be clear, I'm not campaigning for anybody to lose their seat. I even walked back my Mona prediction. Speaking of Mona, ever since she clocked that the community says she talks too much, she's toned it down, and I respect that. But now, when she tries to jump in like she used to, the guys just talk right over her. It's like she's invisible sometimes. That's why when she does get the mic, the energy feels off. Not even angry, just drained, like she's over it. And honestly, why would she be enthusiastic if she feels unheard on that platform? Then she made that "you already got a gangsta up here" comment. Okay, but what happens when a real one walks in the room? Because we all know Surf's background. The main chatter around Mona isn't about street credibility. It's about alleged scamming, not street antics. There's a difference between grimy and street, and people separate those two. So what happens if Surf comes in and starts dominating the room the same way Mona did early on, but because his chemistry with Joe is different, it actually lands? What if Surf shakes the whole table? And you can tell Mona might be on the hot seat because J1 keeps popping up, Zaire keeps popping up. Joe is cycling the old crew back in like he's testing chemistry again. They even brought up Sasha. Joe said he's thinking about doing a Just Sasha episode on Patreon and then bringing the guys back. What? The audience already wasn't rocking with her heavy. You do that and you might crush that girl's confidence completely. All of this spiraled from a simple Surf mention, and Emanny had every right to bring it up. I was literally checking Montha trying to see when Surf was getting out. Sure enough, February 2026 popped up, and you already know Ice is comfortable. That's his guy. He was in the courtroom. So when jokes start flying, he can just glance at Surf like, relax. Y'all think Marc's intimidating because he sounds intellectual. Imagine when the pressure is physical presence. We've only really seen Surf on air with Ish and Ice. Flip and Mona weren't even in the mix back then. They came later because of his leaving, so the dynamic would be completely different. I'm genuinely curious how Flip and Surf would clash or connect. Same with Mona and Surf. But what do I know? What do y'all think? Does Surf coming back turn the JBP up? Because let's be honest, the February episodes have been strong. Joe's been shooting again. I heard the Corey Holcomb shots. I heard the Jason Lee shots. That's vintage Joe energy. Is he doing that just for engagement, or is he really back in that mode? I listened to the full J. Cole reviews too, and if I'm keeping it real, I've made music decisions off JBP recommendations before. Now we've got Ice's album talk heating up. Drake's about to drop. Kendrick might try to pull a surprise same-day release move. You never know. Joe sees the lane widening again. The rap podcast space is booming because he helped pioneer it. So why not capitalize? You're the podfather, right? Stand on that. Stop acting like you don't belong in rooms you built. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like the video if you rock with it. Subscribe if you're new. If you've been here, you already know the vibes. I'm not gonna hold you. Emanny is carving out her own lane, and I'll leave it there. I've got a deeper breakdown on Patreon if you want that. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.